If you don't have it in your heart to want to help other people, you're in the wrong business if you're working in a hotel.
What's important in management? My first thought is like, yeah, I mean, you got a GM and you know, making sure the scores and everything, customers are taken care of. But I'm really now that I've been in, I'm looking at the GM that has a little bit of sales background, right? Or that's coaching them to get these sales done. But I know that everything's a little different. Some companies operate different because they got back office support. Some don't. Like, what do you think is like the most important? Because you know the sales like keep getting them heads in beds.
Sure. Oh, the people are the most important part of the operation. Okay, and it all starts with the general manager.
Okay.
And it's not about experience. It's not about skill. It's about if you don't have it in your heart to want to help other people, you're in the wrong business if you're working in a hotel. We're in the problem-solving business, and it has to start there. So when we interview folks, we look for people who have that true spirit of hospitality, whether it's the general manager, assistant general manager, director of sales, front desk, housekeeper, doesn't matter. Do you look me in the eye when we talk to each other? Do you smile? Okay. Do you have empathy when I present you with the problem?
Do you make that like a requirement? Like if they're so close within you people got to speak or anything like that? Like it's very noticeable. Like they get within like 5 feet of you, or even 10 feet. They saying, "Hey, how you doing? Hope you're having a great day." Like I've seen this at a limited service, and I've been at a luxury hotel that hasn't been that nice.
Yeah. You're not going to get it out of everybody. Okay. You strive for that. That's a guiding principle. But at the end of the day, we're at 2% unemployment right now, and you still have to clean the guest room. So you can't always wait for that person to come through the front door. Right? But if you find that person, you got to do everything in your power to keep that person, right? Because that person is very hard to replace. Now, if the general manager is not doing that, if the general manager is not that person, not smiling, not taking an interest in the team members' lives and their personal well-being and making sure they've got a good quality of life, then the assistant general manager, the director of sales, they're not going to have that attitude. The front office manager is not going to have that attitude. The executive housekeeper is not going to have that attitude. It all generally flows downhill in our industry. You got to get the GM hire correct. Once that's right, a lot of coaching, a lot of training, a lot of mentorship gets you to where you're looking to go, which is to have a staff of folks who look forward to coming into the building every day, right? Who appreciate the relationships they've formed with their coworkers. I mean, we all spend so much time at work these days. Sometimes we're spending more time with our coworkers than we are with our own family.
That's right. That's right.
So if we're not willing to treat each other like family, well, what the heck are we doing? Right?
Yeah.
You have to get that right. Now, yeah, sales is important, right? But every property is different. Some hotels fill themselves up based on their location, their brand affiliation, their quality of service, and their reputation in the market. Some properties are roadside exterior core property in a sleepy area. Then you got to figure it out. That's where you got to call every car dealership in town. You got to call every funeral home in town. You got to call every school and say, just want to introduce ourselves. We're the ABC Hotel. You've seen us as you go to work in the morning. New ownership, new management. We want to find ways to work together. Can I buy you a cup of coffee? Talk about your business needs.
So someone starting off wanting to get into their first deal or the next deal, are you telling them, look, go for this limited service, stay in this, it's 80 to 120 key, but is there a certain area you're saying to go to?
Geographically?
Yeah.
Well, it all depends, again, how the person intends to capitalize the project, okay? And you can do very well running a roadside days in property in the right market, okay? That's how we started our business, right? If you're new to the industry, I wouldn't necessarily encourage you to get into food and beverage right away. It takes a lot of time and effort to figure that out. We've done the hard work over the course of 30 years figuring out how to make food and beverage not a loss leader at a property, but a profitable and primary profit driven line of your business, right? But I wouldn't do that coming right out of the gate. I'd focus on a rooms only product, 60 to 80 rooms, easier to get that bought and turn the lights on, easier to provide guarantees if that's what you're being asked to do, which a lot of us have been asked to do along the way. Never fun to put your name on the dotted line there, but you got to do it sometimes to build your business, build your brand. But don't take on more risk than you need to. You need to develop a track record. Buy a property, get it right, sell it. Show the market a round-trip investment that has been profitable, and investors will come to you and say, how do we work together and replicate what you just did?
That's amazing. Well, thanks so much for sharing. Please
Of course.
tell our audience who you are, how can they find you, name
sure.
of your company.
Well, this has been great. I mean, very generous of you to invite me here to discuss our company's history and background with you. My name is Max Metnick, CEO of Milestone Hospitality Management. We're based out of Baltimore. Been doing this a long, long time.
Yes, you are.
We love co-investing in deals that we manage. We believe very firmly that we create value through our management efforts, and we like to participate in that value creation by co-investing in deals. But if property owners want to hire us strictly on a third-party basis, we're certainly open to having those types of discussions and doing good work for good people. That's really what we're most excited about.
All right. Hey, that's it from here. Thanks so much. As always, remember, you're one big deal away. Peace.